Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spiritual Successor, a comedy video game design podcast inspired by Polygon's Cool Games, Inc. I'm your host, AJ Hart.
And I am your other host, Blake Rea. Hey, everybody. We are recording in a different place today.
We're not in our normal space because there's
coronavirus.
Small medical emergency in the world, and we lost our recording space.
For temporarily. We're going to be out of it for like 2 weeks, primarily because there's like a lot of old people or elderly people in that space, and they asked us not to come in just in case we are, carriers, which is fine. We're just going to, AJ, you know what's special about this, though?
We're back in,
your room.
My room, yeah.
Episode 1, 2, and 3 were recorded here, I think. Actually, no, episode 1, I think. No, episode 1 was in here. Definitely in here.
Episode 2 of the ghost tapes. I think the ghost tapes were done in my living room.
No, they were done in your garage.
Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah, this is the first time we've been in here for like a year, and also noteworthy. When this episode goes up, that Friday, the 20th.
I think that might be a Thursday.
No, it's a Friday.
Oh, okay. That Friday is the anniversary of our first episode.
Yeah.
So this is going to be our anniversary or pre-anniversary episode. And then we're going to take next week off because AJ needs to go out of town for a little bit.
Yeah, I got to go back to Oregon and take care of some stuff. So we're going to miss that week.
And then we're coming back with a special episode, which may or may not have a video element of us doing a very fun, may or may not be tipsy episode.
We're probably going to drink for that episode.
So funny.
And we're really excited. So we'll keep you all posted on that. Next week, we're going to take it off. This is our 1 year, and we're really excited. We've gotten 22,000 listens over the last year, and it's been really crazy.
It's
and
like
now
700 of you guys out there now, in between 700 and 800. Like, it's wild because we started this like a year ago, and it's even wilder. We're like kind of making a loop of we starting this year in your bedroom, we're ending it in your bedroom, and that wasn't planned. That was just That's just like a weird little coincidence, and it's really sentimental.
Happy accident.
Yeah.
Like a bee.
So I think this episode is going to be a nice chill Sunday episode.
It is going to be a chill Sunday. I don't know what it is, but like it's overcast
for you guys,
out
it's Tuesday,
here.
But like for us, it's Sunday.
Yeah, for you, it's a Tuesday. But for us, it's like it's nice and overcast out here in LA.
We're going to spend the next 8 hours playing Darksiders Genesis again.
There's no noise because we're in a pandemic, so everybody's locked into their own homes.
Yeah, it's wild here in LA. I don't know. I know a lot of you guys are in Europe actually. Here in
there's
LA,
no more drinking water in LA. There's no more water. There's no more paper. There's no more napkins or paper towels. None of us are being paid for our time unless we're employed by Disney.
You're going to concern Philip, our friend, our friend overseas. You're going to make them very scared for us. No, traffic here's down.
I haven't
by
used
25%.
the restroom in 48 hours because I don't have anything to do. I can't flush the toilet, and I won't have toilet paper.
Because
I don't have any water or paper.
Oh man, our first episode, the first thing I ever said was putting you on blast for taking a poopy, and our 1 year is also talking about how you can't take a poopy.
I can't. We're on some I Am Legend shit. You know what I mean?
Wait, what?
We're all going to die. And it's just going to be you and me in the middle of the streets with our overgrown city.
Rewatching Shrek like over and over again?
Rewatching Shrek over and over again. Now, here's the question. Do you want to be the dog or am I the dog?
You have more hair than I do.
That's true, but I really don't want you to have to shoot me.
I don't think he shot. No, he didn't shoot the dog. He had to strangle the dog. Hey, this is a bummer. Why did you bring this up, you asshole?
Because I don't have any other quarantine-esque zombie infection movies starring Will Smith.
How about this?
Starring war hero Will Smith.
I could put you on blast for the wonderful conversation we had last night. AJ got really into signs. You've kind of had a rough go at it 2020, and when people have a rough go, they kind of latch onto things.
Yeah.
Instead of you kind of latching onto, I don't know, exercise, you were like, I'm a rising sign now, and I'm gonna.
My rising sign is Sagittarius. I am an Aries. If you're gonna try to blast me for this, at least understand the vocabulary, please. What the fuck do we do on this podcast?
Also, I'm a Scorpio, so you can kind of get our dynamic and why it's chaotic. A water sign. We are a comedy video game design podcast where we take your lovely submissions from Twitter, Reddit, email, and YouTube. Fuck you. I know what you're going to say, AJ.
Those aren't official channels.
Fuck you. And we turn them into the next AAA video games that sometimes get stolen. Did you hear that the thing that they stole, the Butterfingers codes, don't work?
What?
For those who are just tuning into the podcast, we made a game a little while back where you make it's Final Fantasy 16, 17, whatever, but you have to like go to various places and get coupon or download codes to access more of the game.
Yeah, we said, hey, wouldn't it be so funny if in order to access some of the DLC for the video game, you had to buy hot sauce?
Yeah.
And then Square Enix was like, yeah.
Butterfingers.
That but Butterfingers.
And none of the codes are working. Like people have been buying like a bunch of the code, like a bunch of Butterfingers to try out the codes. A good majority of them. I tried burping, it didn't work out.
I almost you looked so panicked. Like you went for the burp.
I was expecting it, but it didn't work out.
You went for the burp and it didn't happen. Your eyes bugged out, and for a second I was like, "Is he about to just projectile vomit right here?"
Gonna croak in your bedroom, just live on air. No, some of the codes aren't fucking working, so people are like buying a bunch of Butterfingers and they aren't working. Like what the fuck?
That's a loss.
Yeah,
there's no code, and they have Butterfingers now. Oh, and that sucks.
No, now you have a shit ton of Butterfingers because you know what you can do with that?
Kill somebody.
Here's a poll. Here's a poll because I don't know if you're gonna remember this. Do you remember Agent Cody Banks?
Whoa!
Remember how he took like the guy who had to be the chef for their party didn't know how to cook, so he just took Butterfingers and then ground them up and just rolled. Does that give you some flashbacks?
Rolled them into what? No, the only thing I remember is that Agent Cody Banks existed. I don't remember the Butterfinger recipe.
You know,
where he fucking schooled Gordon Ramsay.
Do you know those little bowls with
a mortar and pestle?
That's what they're called?
Yes.
Oh shit! So the thing that bowl you make guacamole with, he put Butterfingers in there and like grounded them up, and then basically turned them into like this ice cream dessert that everybody thought was like a 5-star dish. It was a very mid 2000s sort of joke.
I know we're talking about Butterfinger again. Can you help me understand this weird mental connection I have in my brain? This isn't video game related, but I really hope that people are going to think it's entertaining. Why the fuck is it that whenever I think about Butterfingers, I think about Bart Simpson?
Because that was their whole ad campaign for a long time.
Okay, this is a real thing.
This is a real thing. Like, no, like for the longest time, their ad campaign was Bart was always eating Butterfingers and Lisa would steal some of them. Like they would have like, I think they got really big because it would always play in theaters because that would be like, they would do the Nestle Bunch of Crunch commercials.
Okay.
But then they would follow that with like a Butterfingers, like Bart and Simpson animated commercial.
Jeez.
And I think that's why it got big because a lot of theaters would sell Butterfingers bite-sized.
Okay. I'm very glad to know that there's a reason that in my mind that they're connected and it wasn't like some horrible thing where maybe I saw like just Bart Simpson's.
You saw an alternate dimension where Bart Simpson was the brand for everything.
Well, the more frightening mental connection I was concerned about was the fact that Bart Simpson's head looks like a Butterfinger case. And so,
oh my god!
Part of me was like, AJ, do you think of Bart Simpson and Butterfingers in the same way because you think that you could just take a big chunking bite out of that boy's noggin and it would taste like Butterfingers?
That's a very haunting idea.
Yeah, I'm really glad that it was a movie commercial and not my horrible mindset.
AJ wanted to snap into a Bart Simpson.
Crack me open a piece of that boy.
Oh. All right, we're hitting the 10-minute mark, which is like. Where we need to cut our bullshit and start talking about games.
We're legally obligated to start games now. You start.
Oh, you want me to start one?
Yes.
Okay, I got one for you. Okay. I'm going to go with one from Fish Harlan, at Fish Harlan. The video game version of this tabletop game. Hey, AJ, have you ever heard of big motherfucking crab truckers? This is like, this looks like one of the, there's this Patreon guy, or it might not be him, but one thing that's become really popular lately is doing one-page RPGs.
Yeah.
Which, you get like an hour of play out of or something. This one looks like one of those. And I'm going to just take one of the quotes from it.
Yeah.
Motherfucking crab goddess, we're here on a sacred crab mountain for you to tell us your will. What we trucking today? Are crabs Like, do they have southern? That to me, that gave me some southern drawl vibes to it. You think these crabs are like?
It felt a little
like
bit
Texas truckers.
Yeah, I like the Texas truckers thing. My thought was like you sounded a little bit like you were from New Orleans a little bit. You know
I'm
what I mean?
from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Well, motherfucking crab guys, we're here on sacred. Oh shit.
So you're crabs that are truckers.
Yes.
That are trucking in the name of the great sea goddess, crab goddess.
When you said trucking in the name, and I'm like, I was picturing
trucking in the name of.
Crab goddess.
Okay,
Okay, so that's our soundtrack.
Okay,
We just
yeah.
Rage Against the Machine is always on the radio, so you can grab your little claw and like turn the knob and shit. It's a trucking simulator, right? So you are,
and also a boating simulator.
so it's like I'll do you one better.
Okay.
So it's
and it's also a crab simulator.
it plays like Octodad, so you have to control the claws with different buttons.
Hear
So
me
you
out.
have to, but you also have to pilot. You have to pilot complex things. So one, you start off on like the deadliest catch boat, where you have to like you're clawing your brethren to like sell them off, I guess.
I like the idea. Here's what I want to propose. I think that it does play a little bit like Octodad or like Surgeon Simulator would maybe be a
Like
better
just
thing.
Wildly.
The
weird
left
controls.
and right stick are used to control the pinchers, like forward and backwards. And then you have one button, and that is on the triggers that will close them.
Like the top bumper is the bottom, as the top claw. The bottom trigger is
Yes.
so you have to close them at the same time.
The game just operates like a claw machine, and you're using two independent claw machines to control a semi-truck, to get on the ham radio.
I'll tell you one better. So it does that, but it has a tilt function in the controller. So that's how you steer. So you have to move the claws forward, grab the steering thing, and then you have to like shift, like it's a completely manual truck. So you have to like take your claw and like move it down or something.
I'm so glad you mentioned, by the way, that the controllers have a roto thing in them. Like PlayStation controllers can just be used to like. You can just tilt the controller.
There's not a lot of games that utilize it, but
I think the last game that I remember playing that utilized it was my replay of Second Son, the infamous game. And then I think that Last of Us 2 had Last of Us 1 had something where like if you could like grab a wheel and turn it, or am I thinking of The Order?
No, I think Last of Us did do a thing like that, because they said you can turn it off. I remember turning it off, where you can get like little extra things that you can use the touchpad for. You know what game I wish, like, you know what this game might be pretty good for, actually?
What?
PS Vita. Because you have like the little back touchpad, but you can use your like middle fingers for.
God. Okay, consoles. Okay, I'm gonna get on my soapbox really quick. How's it going?
All right. Welcome to your soapbox. AJ, you're preaching on your soapbox to your own room.
Whoa. Hello, my tiny figure of Arturia Pendragon.
Your waifu.
Hello, my tiny statue of Iskandar.
Iskandar, King
Hello,
of Conquerors.
my tiny statue of Kirishima. You three, thank you all for coming here. You mean the most to me. If you have a console exclusive video game, take advantage of the fucking features.
Yeah.
Like, God of War has a touchpad that you can, like, do touchpad shit on. I should have been able to do touchpad shit on that. Like, let me play as the little boy, and when he goes over to the runes, and he's like, oh, I gotta read this. Then you trace the rune on the touchpad. Or, like...
I like the idea of that, but big sausage fingers like mine, I'll just make splatter art at that point.
Or like do more of the stuff like in Second Son, like when in Second Son when he went to like do spray paint, you would like flip the controller on the side and shook the controller like a spray paint
Fuck,
canister.
really?
And then you would pull the trigger on the trigger because you were holding the controller sideways like a spray can, and you would do the stencil art.
Holy shit, Second Son's cool.
Second Son is a good video game. I don't know why people give it shit.
Huh.
So many people
Maybe
on the internet.
because the bad route really sucked.
The bad route's not
Because
written very
it didn't
well.
feel like that was the thing he was supposed to do.
Delson's such a good boy.
He looks like a punker, but he's a good boy.
He's just edgy.
Okay, so with the crab truckers thing, so I'm thinking
PlayStation 4 exclusive, so that we can
Okay.
take advantage of the controller that tipsies left and right and up and down. Also, we have the touchpad. That is used to pet the crab. That's the only feature. If you pet on the touchpad and the little crab goes like...
Why do you need to pet a crab? What is the game?
Because we have a fucking touchpad, Blake. We have to do something with it.
I mean, like, okay, but what
if your thought right now is like, we don't have anything. Why do we need to put it on the touchpad?
No. If we're utilizing all of the other things on this controller really well, like all the options that you could, like the tilt function,
petting a crab is a totally functional and good reason to have a touchpad.
I think petting crabs is not fun. Crabs. They're like rocks. It's like petting a rock. Do you like petting rocks?
It's a pet rock.
I mean, like, but they'll reach out and crab you.
They will crab you.
They'll crab you.
All right, what do you want to use the touchpad for?
I'm thinking you can either do it for some sort of. If you are traveling,
that's how you tune the ham radio.
That's how you. Okay, yeah, you can tune you can tune the ham radio that way. But I was also thinking, if you are delivering crabs, you got to do a lot of signatures, right?
Oh shit!
So you gotta like do your draw. It like becomes a drawing mini game where you're a crab that has to like use his claw to like draw a signature everywhere you go. So you can do a thing where it's they just need, hey, can I get your signature, Mr. Crab? And then it's just like it's just not a signature whatsoever. All right, you got a game for me?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry if there's a little bit of background noise in here. We are near. We aren't near a busy street, but we are like kind of near outside than usual.
We're right underneath airplanes. Like I have an airport like a block and a half from my home, so any airplane comes in and I'm like, yep, I can hear that probably.
Oh, bummer.
And that's all I'm going to say about it. You're not going to trick me into doxing myself and telling people where I live on the internet.
I don't think people want to know where you live.
Good. Good.
I don't know what it is today, but I am just so gassy. It's just that relaxation is just bringing all the gas out of me. That, or I had a lot of Slim Jims.
It was probably the fact that you ate too many Slim Jims.
Too many meat sticks.
This comes from Alleycat on Twitter, at Millennium Hoo-Ha. It's funny every time I read it, it catches me off guard. Make a game about whatever the fuck this anime movie is, based solely on the title and the DVD cover.
I also chose this one. This one's very good.
Now, the cover for this is the hit anime film from 2018.
Uh-huh.
I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
Okay, real question. Have you seen this movie?
No.
I have not either.
Okay.
So,
what do you know about this movie?
I know nothing about it. I'm just going to assume it's a love story. About demons wanting to eat parts of you.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of this? I'm guesstimating this is a lot like the webcomic. You ever heard of Appetite? Have you read Appetite?
No. But I've read and watched a lot of Tokyo Ghoul, which I'm going to say is similar because it's also about people that want to eat people body parts.
That's way better of an example. Mine was kind of like an obscure, like, hey, have you read this? Have you ever heard of this Chinese manga? Or sorry, I forget what
it's on Webtoon, right? Or is it too edgy to be on the Webtoon?
No, it's Webtoons. Yeah, it's
barely.
It's cute. It's cute. I like the designs of the.
Is that one not the horny one?
No, it's not horny. It's just like it's just about this demon. It's just about this vampire girl who befriends a guy that's like magic meat. So like if any vampire eats him, they get like 100 times more powerful. So it's like her dynamic of choosing to eat him or not. And it's pretty cute.
All right, that sounds kind of charming.
I know that may not sound very
We're going to go with the Tokyo Ghoul angle, though, because that's something that is a little bit more cultural touchstone-y, a little bit more keywordy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So what do you think?
What do I think that I want to eat your pancreas about?
Uh-huh.
Now, we understand that there's cherry blossoms, so we can assume that they're in high school.
Uh-huh.
We know that there's a girl in the front, and there's some... I'm looking at the back of a boy in the background, a very shadowy figure. Now, of course, we would immediately assume that the boy wants to eat the pancreas.
You think so?
But I think the girl wants to eat his pancreas.
I think the girl wants to eat his pancreas because we're seeing her face and we're seeing how happy she is to get some pancreas.
What does the pancreas do? Because if I think about the pancreas thought association, right? Mental thought association. You say pancreas, the first thing I think is pancreatic cancer. I don't know what the pancreas actually does other than get cancer.
All right. Here's your game. I'm gonna make you something that's gonna make you fucking weep. Okay. All right, so it's just the beginning of the game is you find out it's a high school in Japan.
Okay,
these two kids, they're falling in love, And then, we find out that the girl's a vampire. But then we also find out that this kid wears
a Tokyo Ghoul.
No, that he wears a wig, and you find out he has pancreatic cancer.
Okay.
So the ending of the game is like her feasting on his cancer-ridden pancreas.
Dang it.
To free him of his cancer, and then they fall in love. That's
true.
the game.
If the only thing I know about the pancreas is that it can develop pancreatic cancer and doesn't do any good in your body, then she is saving him by removing it from his body.
But like
man, why the fuck do we have pancreases at all?
I think they just man,
see?
I'm gonna get a tweet on this. I know I'm gonna get a fucking tweet.
We don't need it.
I think it's like a liver where it just.
But if it's like the liver, I already have the liver. I don't need the pancreas. The job's done for me.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Different toxins, dude. I don't know.
We need to start min-maxing the human body.
Oh, hey AJ, roll me some stats for your new body, please.
If we don't know what it does, we probably don't need it. You know what I mean? Heart, I know what that does. Pumps blood. I need that. Tummy, digests my food. I need that. Intestines, help my digested food get out of my body.
AJ, real quickly, tell me, what would you replace your pancreas with to mid-max
fucking
AJ heart?
Nothing.
Just remove
a second liver so I can drink more.
But you're not going to get drunk as fast. Actually, if you had more
would you get
drunk
I think I would get drunk just as fast. I would get less hungover, maybe.
Interesting. Or it's like a
Trust me, I'm definitely a doctor.
Or you just like become more buoyant so you can never sink to the bottom of the ocean.
Holy shit, this is what it is.
So you can float more.
Okay, wait. Do you remember Invader Zim?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, I want to eat your pancreas. Do you remember the episode of Invader Zim where like they go in to get like the medical checkups and they're like the nurses are like, "Hey Zim, that's weird. You don't have any kidneys. You don't seem very healthy." And Zim says, "I know what I need to do then. I need to gather up as many kidneys and as many hearts and as many spleens as I can possibly manage." And he starts climbing around in the rafters and he steals people's organs and puts them inside of himself, so he becomes this big round unit.
I forgot.
That's what this game is.
I fucking hate that.
All right. Here's the game.
By the way,
what?
Anytime meat was involved in Invader Zim, it was the most disgusting, vile thing I've ever seen because they would sound design it in a really. Remember where he goes to the meat factory?
Bro, why do you think I'm vegetarian?
I fucking Invader Zim, dude. Holy shit. You're onto something. We should go to Veggie Grill.
We should. So, okay, I want to eat your pancreas. You ready for this poll for the video game that never got finished?
Okay.
Yaoi Simulator. No, your Yaoi Simulator.
Tsundere Simulator.
Nope. Yandere Simulator.
Yandere, okay.
There it is. Okay, so the person that made that game is like a crazy person, right? Fuck that person. We're going to just take his game, whatever.
Really? They're a crazy person?
Yeah, they're a crazy person.
Whoa, I never knew that.
Yeah, there's like all sorts of like stuff you can find online about them being like...
I'll have to do some reading on that because I remember that game being huge for a while.
It was huge for a little while and it was pretty topical and then nothing happened for it and he kept on trying to get people to work on it for free.
Oh yeah,
and would like scam people, and it got downhill really fast and really bad.
Yikes! Okay,
I'm sure that there's more. You could do the reading on it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take that engine, the idea of what Yandere Simulator was going to be, except we remove all of the problematic shit that was going to be in that video game. You know, about like drugging people and trying to kiss them, and all of the yucky stuff, all the yucky bad stuff. All of it's gone. Now it's all replaced with stealth mechanics so that you can do the Invader Zim thing where you run around in the school and you steal people's insides. It's the Invader Zim episode, but a video game, but you're an anime girl.
AJ.
Instead of Zim.
I don't know. I don't know if that's much better than the thing you're replacing.
It's better, trust me. Because
you're only taking things that don't matter.
Yeah, like the pancreas.
You could take a kidney.
Appendix.
You could take appendixes?
Yeah, the only thing...
Take tonsils.
Yeah, you don't need those.
Take baby teeth.
You can take adult teeth, honestly.
No. Take things that are easily replaceable or you don't need. Like, you can take some of a person's intestine. You can't take all of it.
Yeah, because that'd be a murder crime.
What are some other things you could take? Fingernails?
No, I do need those, actually. So we're going to keep those. Well, you can't take those.
You take the excess. That's
You're like just chewing people's fingernails off?
Oh, God.
Just like, oh, let me get a little bite of this. So you just grab their hand. And
okay, so you're just an alien that has crash landed trying to blend in, but you need to take people's shit? Or are you just a crazy human being that thinks, oh, no, I'm missing... Oh, AJ.
What?
You want to go really dark? So somebody like their appendix explodes. Like you can get that can happen. Like
Yeah.
if you have mono, you lose your appendix and you wake up and that person feels a little bit incomplete now. Now they need to go on a rampage of just collecting. It's a collectathon, but for other people's body parts.
So you're the
just
main
fully lean into this is a fucked up game.
The main character got wronged. Somebody yanked their pancreas. Now they are on a grandiose adventure to get back what they lost and more.
Grandiose adventure is the sentence, isn't it?
It's a good sentence.
How is this grandiose? Oh, this is what happens when we're not in a studio. Headphones.
Sorry, everything's falling apart. Everything's bad. We're on a rinky-dink operation.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully, it sounds better than
fucking
when we
amateur hour 1 year anniversary, and we're back we're fucking out here slumming it.
I mean, if they think the audio is bad for this one, they're not going to like the next episode. It's going to be a little bit reverberated next episode.
I like this game actually.
Okay. All right. You want me to pitch you another game?
Yes, I'm putting a pin in this one.
You want to put the pin?
What the hell do you think that movie's actually about?
I don't know. We should watch it. Oh, you know what we could do?
The cover makes it look like I'm gonna cry.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be. It's definitely gonna be. I can not guarantee you, but I think it's gonna be similar to what I initially pitched you, where she's eating the pancreas to save something. I'm kind of sure that's good. Actually, this brings up a good one. This is actually.
You got a good follow-up?
I have a good follow-up to this one because I'm curious of how we can do it. This one comes to us from Angrew. Oh, God, no, send help. Our buddy Andrew at Spiritual Suck.
Kitty Fun Expert.
Yeah, well, actually, they go by a different Twitter handle now.
No, the Kitty Fun Expert was a job title that they had.
Oh, that's right,
in the Discord.
That's right. The opposite of whatever you just talked about. So instead of taking body parts, AJ,
you operate as the shadowy boy in the background that is trying to
body
hunt down
parts into people. You are mid-maxing your school, AJ.
Okay, wait. We're on some Repo the Genetic Opera shit.
Yes.
Hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Asymmetric video game.
Okay.
You are put into the game, cops and robbers style. One person is the collector. One person is the hunter.
This isn't quite the opposite of what we talked about, though.
No, but this is where we're going to go now. Because much like the Invader Zim episode where Zim ran around in the rafters stealing everybody's organs, there was an unsung hero in that episode. And this, of course, is the champion of all mankind, Dib.
Okay, so we're going to have our...
I forgot Dib's last name.
It doesn't matter. Dib is... Okay.
Is it Valentine? Is it Dib Valentine?
It might be. I know his dad's like super cool, and that feels like a last name that
this is important. I can't disrespect the champion of humanity like this.
Dude, I loved his voice actor. Like, the voice for Dib was always like really fun. Okay, so it is an asymmetric game like, let's say, Dying Light, where one person is the hunter, the other person is the... what is his last name?
Dib Membrane.
That's good.
One person is the collector. They are the cute anime girl that is running around trying to lure students into a back alley so that they can steal their organs.
Okay, so
the other character plays as the hunter. They have the much heavier hall pass that is just a radiator, so they're not as fast as the hunter.
Let me say this. Let's do this. So it's a completely open world school, like a 5-story building thing, has backyards, has ball courts, all this stuff. And when the game begins, you don't know who is the hunter and you don't know who is the collector.
Yes.
So as the hunter, you need to follow clues that the collector has left behind. So say they murder somebody, if they left behind blood or something, they get a little piece of information on who it is. Or who spawned in as the collector.
Well, I like this idea too. I think that the hunter and the collector will both have a button that they can toggle on and off that is like the AI mode. And so it's not like a big issue with those let's see if I can find my competition is you can always catch that somebody's walking out of the pattern.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that you actually have to take note of who might be doing the crimes.
A similar game to this. It's actually it only uses that mechanic is the only similar. Have you ever heard of it's either called Spyfall or The Spy, where one person is the sniper overlooking a party, and one person is playing somebody in the party trying to steal shit.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah, but you have that option of like just turn on AI mode, let it walk, let it be weird, let it do its own thing, so you can blend in. So you do something. So you're thinking something like that for like each person can turn on the AI mode, because I'm sure if the collector sees the hunter, they're gonna sprint.
Yeah, the collector wants to make sure that the hunter doesn't catch them, but the hunter needs to take note of like, okay, there was definitely a crime that happened during first period, and I know that the green-haired girl was gone. I know that the purple-haired girl was gone, and I know that the orange-haired girl had just gone to the restroom.
Oh, it'd be kind of cool too. Like you have a schedule that you have to keep.
Yes.
So like you have to sit in a classroom for like 30 seconds. That's your school period, and then you have 2 minutes between periods to commit your crime. So and the hunter has like a list of everybody's schedules. So like there's 8 potential characters that the collector could be.
The hunter can find the schedules. I don't think that it's something that they like are given right off the bat. Like I want to make sure that the hunter has objectives that they can do to kind of narrow down their hunt, right? Like they're going to get somebody's class schedule, and then they can say like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go see if this person that I think might be the criminal, the collector, is in their music design class.
Okay, so let's say this. Each round is one school day. So the round begins at the beginning of the school day, and you have to go. How a score is won is the collector will see how many kills they can get in one entire school day, and the collector is trying to defeat them before the school day ends, or catch them before the school day ends.
How long do they get?
I don't know.
Maybe that's like how you decide.
Like maybe it's a 10-minute round. And then you divide up the 6 periods in between with some breaks for like lunch. And
I kind of like that. It's 10-minute days, 5-day school week. So like a round can last up to 50 minutes, which feels right, just because like 50 minutes seems like it's a bit long, but like that's a good time limit for a video game session.
Be cool. Let's do this. So the collector is not actually a physical being. It's like a parasite. So like from the anime Parasite, it can't. In the anime, it couldn't jump body to body, but let's say it can in this one.
Okay.
So, like, at the beginning of the day, at the first day of the week, Monday, you can choose which kid you want to inhabit. And then the next day, you can choose a different kid. But here's the strategy, though. You can jump into another kid, but you don't know if that one kid is being watched by the hunter. So you might jump into something that the hunter is going to go investigate that day, but you don't know.
My problem with that is that if the parasite leaves the host, they don't have the organs anymore.
I mean, like, I think it just upgrades
Which
you as a
be
parasite.
Nice.
Well, here's one thing I'm thinking. It'd be kind of cool. What if each character has their own leveling up system? So evolve. Like each side
I was about to say, like, we're on some like evolve shit. Okay,
yeah.
Hear me out then.
So like every organ is like builds up the parasite.
Okay, so there's different kinds of parasites. Hear me out. I think that when you load into a session, there are 4 hunters. There are 2 parasites.
Okay, sweet.
There are 2 collectors.
Yes.
So it's 4v2. There's this like kind of stealth mechanic where like the collectors don't want to be found out, but they want to make sure that they're still collecting.
This is like complicated cops and robbers, and I love it.
My other thought was like this is almost reaching a point where it's like werewolves, but in a simulated game. I like this a lot. I like this game a lot. I like this like asymmetric 4v2 hunters versus collectors game, and like the collectors can run around, and you have to make sure that you're finding the right schedules to pin down who might have done it.
Could you kill one of the hunters if you got them alone?
This is where we might be able to bring some of the werewolf game mechanics, because you've played werewolves, right?
Oh yeah, of course. It's a great game.
So like maybe when you load into the game as a hunter, maybe you have like the hunter classes, and like one hunter class that you might get is like if a parasite tries to infect you, you kill it. Or maybe you have one where like if a hunter, you're like a kid where like if the parasite infects you, you get to kill one person in the room.
Different classes are different positions in the school. So like one of the hunters, you bet your ass is the hall monitor. The other one is like the library assistant, so they have like more knowledge or something, or like they would
be
access
the
to
one
people,
that gets the schedules.
Yes, that has access to schedules.
Yes.
Then you have the jock, which is the thing of like if they ever be taken over on the first time,
they get to survive.
They get to survive and kill the parasite. So, but you don't. But maybe like but at that point, like maybe the parasite would know which one's the jock. But maybe you can choose. Here's this: you can choose which body you are in, but your class is invisible.
Yes,
so
I like that.
So the parasites don't know which one is the one that would kill them. So there's always a gamble.
Yes.
But it's like if you take it and you get it, it'd be super fucking cool. Like if if the parasite takes over one of the hunters, then you can fuck with the rest of the hunters, being like you join their voice chat and can be like, "Hey, I see the parasite. It's over here. I found it." Like
there's one hunter.
Over.
There's one hunter that like their class is like I don't have a term for it, but like their hunter class is the turning. And so like you know how like in a zombie movie you'll have that character that like gets bit and they're like, "I'm turning, you have to kill me now."
Yeah.
If you're the turning hunter, then you can get infected normally, but then like after 2 days you get control again, and then you can tell your players like, "Hey, I'm the monster, kill me now."
What does that player do in the meantime though?
I think for 2 rounds they have to sit there. And
that's not fun. I mean, I know
we could build a little mini game mechanic inside.
Where they can steal like their power back or something.
Maybe they have an interior mechanic where if they're good at this mini game, if they're really good at this mini game or better than the other person is at the mini game, then they can take control sooner.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So like,
how about this?
If I'm the turning and you infect me, you and I go into a game of rock paper scissors.
Yes. I was thinking like a Bejeweled sort of thing. Where
Bejeweled is really good. Yeah, like a Puyo Puyo Tetris thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. So the turning can compete every day to try to get
their control back or other things. Okay, fuck yeah. I like that. All right, let's do another game. I want to put a pin in this.
Put a pin in this because this got really cool.
Yes.
Is that my turn then?
Yes, it is. So much. I know we talked about this being a chill episode, but this still feels pretty like fuck yeah energy, and I love that.
Because we're back to our roots, my man. We're back in the OG space.
Dude, I'm so excited to see what this second year for us looks like. Like,
I know,
I've been thinking about it like so much. Like, it is only been a year, and like fucking 700 of you guys.
Yeah, thank you all so much for listening and like giving us your time and spreading the word. Like, this means so much to us. Like, I know Blake and I have kind of given hints before that like we did short films before we did this, and like we've always wanted to kind of entertain people, and it feels really cool that we're able to do that for all of you now.
It one of the biggest things for me, and just like it makes me feel so fucking happy, is like when we first started out, it was like 1 or 2 people like on the Reddit being like, "Hey, I like what you guys are doing," and you know, AJ and I were just looking at it today. It took us like 5 minutes to just see all of the submissions you guys gave us, and just seeing how you guys want to interact with the content, and that makes me so happy. Like it makes me feel really good just to give people something to laugh at for like an hour a week, and that's really special, and I hope I can continue doing that.
Yeah, I'm really glad that all of you let us have this opportunity and you let us have this fun with you.
Yeah. All right, now give me a game submission.
All right.
10 points if that's a dick joking.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going for points, huh?
Yeah, we're going for points, man.
Oh shit, I had a really good one in here from This one comes from Gazer, at Just Gazer.
Oh, I know what I'm in for. Gazer always delivers.
Gazer always delivers and came in so hot this week. It was so hard to pick one. So I didn't. I have a lot bookmarked from them.
Fair.
Where's Waldo? Gritty action adventure game reboot.
Okay. So you know who would make a great Waldo? Just because like they are dominating the board game to movie scene right now.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson as Waldo. Striped shirt, beanie on his bald head, and torn off fucking run down things. And he has a cane that's it's broken, like the bottom half of it. Like it just tells a story. Like he snapped it over somebody's head.
Waldo's fucking gone crazy. Here's the game. Gritty action reboot of Where's Waldo? Waldo's been captured. We have to go save him. That's right. We're going to contact the most serious and dead-ass gritty action adventure game company we can. I don't know the name of which dev team's in charge of it right now, but this is a Call of Duty video game.
You mean like Activision or Treyarch?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a Call of Duty game.
I was
we are,
thinking, no.
Soldier, you have been contracted you are going to go save the one and only national treasure that matters. Waldo Sin.
Waldo the Rock Waldo.
Waldo.
Also, weird note, now that I think about it, like Waldo has the evil double, which is the black and yellow one, right?
There's an evil Waldo?
Yeah, it's the black and yellow.
What's his name?
I don't know. I think it might just be Waldo backwards, but you know what this reminds me of? Because we're casting The Rock. Like The Rock was supposed to be in that Shazam movie where he was playing Black Adam?
Yes.
What if we bring back the evil Waldo, but it's also played by Dwayne The Rock Johnson? So there's evil Dwayne The Rock Johnson and good Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes. Okay.
So there's Waldo The Rock Johnson and The Rock Waldo Johnson.
And the only here's the two differences. Evil.
They're just the same.
They're just the exact same except palette swapped, except two differences. Evil Waldo The Rock Waldo-son
has long flowing locks.
Has like the short hair that Dwayne used to have.
Oh shit!
And an eye patch.
Oh fuck yeah! Actually,
good Waldo.
Mandela effect, but I think the evil one does have an eye patch in the Waldo like the Waldo Find 'em books. I could swear, because Waldo normally wears glasses. But
really quick, can I just make sure that you said the phrase Mandela effect right at the beginning so that if you were wrong, people can shove it because you're right, Mandela effect.
Yes, exactly. Actually, really quickly, I'm gonna
Mandela effect, but this bullshit I have no evidence for.
I mean, I could say it afterward. Would it change anything? Anybody who says Mandela effect is just like, I don't want to admit I'm wrong. Really quickly, I'm gonna pull up Evil Waldo, and if he has a fucking eye patch, I am gonna shit myself.
Evil Waldo can't be part of the canon Waldo verse, can he?
Okay. Oh, it is Waldo backwards. No, he doesn't have an eye patch.
His name is Ohhhh.
Yeah, he has a fucking evil mustache though.
He is canon. This is a character that exists. This is the Waldo wiki.
Character. And we also get Edward Nigel, which is Whitebeard from One Piece.
Yeah, that is a related character.
What the fuck? He is mean, nasty, loathsome, and disgusting. His number of good deeds are few, and all he cares about is getting his hands on Waldo's magic walking stick.
Hey, can I ask a question really quick? Wait, stop. I have a very important thing.
Yes.
Why the fuck was it important that in the breakdown of Evil Waldo, they do imply there is a little bit of gray morality for him because he does do good things. They're just few and far between.
I mean,
this is Evil Waldo. He's uncontrollable, evil incarnate. We hate his guts. He does donate a lot of hours to charity, probably like once or twice a year.
Soup kitchen,
He donates a lot of time in a soup kitchen twice a year. But that's fucking it. Other than that, he's the biggest douchebag. And it's like, well, he's done more than me lately.
No, here's the thing. He's the kind of guy that steals from a charity and gives that money to another charity. So we have Ohhhh, which is Ohhhh the Rock Ohhhh, and Waldo the Rock Waldo.
Yes, and we are playing we're playing a soap and ghost. It's part of the part of the Call of Duty remaster, and we're being
No, you know what's fucking in this year, AJ? Dog movies, as they're always in this year. You play Waldo's dog. And it's his adventure running around trying to find Waldo, but he's trying. But the magic cane is the central thing. So the dog, Waldo got captured. He got found, and he's like in some bunker in the military or whatever. The dog has the wand in his mouth and can cast wonderful, cute little spells and talk to people.
No, this is the gritty action RPG.
Oh, because fucking make the dog eat somebody's face. I don't know.
Thank you. I'll accept that. Like, don't get me wrong. Dog with a fun stick, absolutely. You play as the dog, absolutely. The dog has to look mean, it has to growl, and it does have to kneecap somebody with his cool magic stick.
Oh, he's just like walks. It's like the bad guys are like, oh, look at this dog, and then just the dog swings his fucking head, explodes the dude's knee outward, and brings him down to his level, and then just eats his face.
This is some like Platinum Games character action stuff. It's very gritty. It's very dark. It's very grisly.
I'm into it.
You're
it's
essentially
like John Wick,
playing a
but as a dog. A Sif from like Final Fantasy?
No, Sif is the Great Wolf from Dank Souls.
Oh, I think that's the name of the wolf. The one that has the sword.
The big dog with the sword. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I love that. So you're okay. Is it just like an open world sort of like, are we looking at like Vanquish where you just high mobility sort of thing.
I like Vanquish's high mobility concept. I think that like core mechanic of the dog, I definitely think that like you can slow down time and then aim the dog and then launch the dog.
It's just Beautiful Joe, but as a dog?
Not side scroller. I like third person top down, but like I want like because it's a character action game. It needs a gimmick, and the gimmick is that the dog is super duper fast. And so I think that like you can slow down time and then like operate and be like the dog's gonna go here, here, then here.
Oh,
and then you can launch the dog.
It chains it basically.
Yes.
Oh, that's like the Vorpal blade from Darksiders Genesis.
Yeah, it has like a lock-on system that.
Oh, I fucking love that. Oh,
and I think that'd be like the key system and key mechanic that the game relies on is like kind of like linking to one enemy, slowing down time again, looking at what your next target is, going there. It's just that that yummy flavor of that character action RPG. That's coming from the dog with a big stick.
Explosions, lots of blood, lots of cool sound effects. Oh my god, we have to do a thing where okay, we need to figure out how does Oddlaw work into that. Like, is he just a boss?
He's the final boss.
I feel like he should be a recurring character.
Hear me out.
Okay.
It's a character action game. What's the one thing that makes a character action game just really make you just be like, that's the good shit? That's right. It's a rival character.
Oh, okay.
Sexual tension with the rival character is absolutely a key component because like the rival character needs to be there, but also like the rival character has to be somebody where you're like, hey Bayonetta, I know that like this Jean character like is really mean and stuff, but you definitely want to smooch her.
They wanted to like.
They're absolutely dating in Bayonetta 2. Hands down.
This is the really the beautiful lady with the silver hair, right?
Silver hair, red outfit. Yeah.
Oh god, she's so pretty.
You know, the Yakuza games. You have that like the rivalry with Majima, and Majima absolutely wants to smooch Kiryu. You know what I mean? Like, what's another good rival character?
But you were running into a big
Metal
issue.
Gear Revengeance had that cool like Islander guy that like had the cooler red sword that fought Raiden, and those two absolutely had a lot of homoerotic manly tension.
Holy shit, like Metal Gear Solid 5, like you're the person who tried assassinating you at the beginning of the game, you basically fall in love with that person.
Is that the rival character that you do a couple rounds against?
That's Quiet, yeah.
See? You need sexual tension with a rival
character. Okay, but here's our big problem though. One of them's a fucking dog.
Aw, fuck.
I know you just went on a 5-minute tangent of really well-sourced information, but it's not like we can do that. Actually, you know what? Here's this.
What if the rival's another dog?
What's the Oddlaw dog? What's the name of the dog? Hold on, really quickly. We gotta figure.
Is the dog part of the official Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
Canon?
In all the Waldo books, each page has him as well.
I have such an important question for you, Blake Rhea.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you know so much about the Where's Waldo verse?
Back as a kid, I used to own every I Spy book and every Waldo book. And I'm still trying to collect them. Like it was like the two things that have not traversed into my adulthood because of actually the three things. Sold my original Xbox and all my Xbox games like a fucking chump.
Oof.
I know. Lost all of my Elemental Hero Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oof.
And I lost all my I Spy and Waldo books. So now I'm on a journey of collecting them again.
We all have that white whale, my man.
My white whale is Oddlaw. All right.
And I'm going to find him and I'm going to kill him.
Waldo dog. Dog name. Okay, I think it's like Fantastic or something. You're going to fucking
What's the name of the dog?
Just take a guess.
Wall dog.
No, what do dogs do?
Bark? It's the dog. The dog's name is Woof. The fucking dog's name is Woof.
The dog's name is fucking Woof.
So then Oddlaw's dog's name is Bark.
It has to be backwards, so it's
Foo. No, it's Bark. I'm gonna take a creative liberty here. I'm gonna have a little bit of disservice to the brand for the style points.
I'm actually really quickly. I'm gonna check to see if Oddlaw has his own dog because I feel
Oddlaw dog.
I feel like Oddlaw would have a dog because that's kind of how the game goes.
I swear to fucking God, if his dog also has a mustache, I'm leaving.
Oh nope. Oh, but no, it just gave me more of Woof. But look at how long Woof's tail is.
Woof has such a long tail. What the hell?
Cat. It's adorable. Also, there's the Magic Wizard from Waldo.
Now, that is, of course, who you get all of your cool upgrades from.
Fuck, yes. But you also have his girlfriend. I think her name is Wilma. Dude. Fucking Oddlaw looks like he's part of a Misfits band.
Oddlaw looks like he's been fused with a bumblebee.
You know what I hate? The wizard doesn't wear
Oddlaw.
shoes.
Oh yeah, that sucks too. All right.
Okay.
Let's put a pin in this.
I fucking love this game. I'm sorry. This game rocks. All right, give me a game idea.
It's your turn.
What?
It's your turn. Yeah, I gave this one.
Oh my god, I was so passionate about it. All right, I got a good lightning round for you.
Okay.
So this one comes to us from Erica Chappelle's Unhealthy Biplane Obsession at @open_sketchbook. A game like Death Stranding, but you're delivering hats to TF2 characters, and you have to wear them all in a stack. Have you seen how fucking wild TF2 hats get?
They're getting nuts.
Yeah. You know how much money is in TF2 hats?
Probably a lot.
There's a fuck ton of money in like Valve merchandise, like Valve online merchandise. Valve online merchandise.
Okay, here's my thought on this.
Uh-huh.
I know you didn't play it, but Astral Chain was a fun video game that I got to play. And in it, there was this mini game where you could buy ice cream scoops and you could take them to kids. But you could buy up to 15 scoops worth of ice cream.
Oh my god.
And then when you walked, you had to keep the Joy-Con controller level. Otherwise, you would like tilt and drop all of the ice cream scoops.
How much money did you lose?
Not a lot,
Okay,
actually.
good. That's pretty cute.
Ice cream was pretty cheap, and I only ever had to deliver it to children 3 times.
Okay.
The more often thing that I had to do was I had to carry boxes that were stacked really tall. Same mechanic, a little bit more forgiving than the ice cream scoops. But I did have to hold the controller very still while I walked and carried all these very tall boxes.
Okay, so you're thinking they have to carry all these hats through a battlefield that is constantly being rained bullets, explosions, and robots.
That, and like, here's the other thing that I want. I know that like, what's the name of that fucking video game that we're making fun of?
Sundere Simulator?
No, didn't it say that it was what's the delivery game? The delivery game where you play as the Boondock Saint.
GTA?
No, the delivery game where it's the cyberpunk dystopia and the writer fucking hates women. And
Death Stranding.
Thank you. Okay.
He hates. Yeah, actually, now that I think about
Dude,
it. Yeah.
Some of the themes in that game are really rough.
Yeah. Wait, in Death Stranding?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. I thought I was talking about Phantom Pain. That's why I quit it. It was side note, quit playing Phantom Pain because it was like I thought shooting and gameplay was fun, but overall like story-wise weak, and I didn't really like how they handled Quiet. I think it was kind of just fan servicey for fan service.
You don't understand. She breathes through her skin. It's very deep. Here's the problem. Look, I don't want to get into it. If you're concerned about it.
I'll look into it. I did not know that, though.
Still mothers are the ickiest thing I've ever heard anybody write.
See, that's ominous.
Yes. No,
that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it sucks. Anyway, the thing about that game, Death Stranding, is that like you can kind of hold buttons and your character will walk good and you won't drop all your shit. I want you to actually have to balance your controller when you're running around trying to deliver all this shit.
But it takes 30 minutes to get to your location.
It takes 30 minutes, and every time you drop something, you have to walk around and pick everything up one by one and put all the hats back onto your hat.
Fucking yikes. Okay, that's fun. So it's an excruciatingly long game where you have to balance a bunch of shit.
Yep.
All right, do you have one lightning round for me?
Let's get to our nug. No more lightning rounds. We're running late.
Okay.
We got one lightning round. Okay. You want to do one more?
I have one more because it's really good.
Hit me.
Sorry, I gotta unlock my phone. I have Mona and Plague Knight as my background.
And every time
they're so fucking perfect. Anytime I open it, I point it at AJ. I'm like, hey, look at this beautiful couple.
And then he stares at his phone for another 5 minutes, and he just looks at them and he says, "One day you'll be real, and I will join your throuple."
I don't like Plague Knight like that. I think he's adorable. Mona's my crush.
What? Just because he's a short king?
I mean, like, I could dunk on him. Fuck him. I'll steal his girl. I'll steal this fictional girl.
I can't believe you want to cuck your boy like that.
Well, he's a bottom, so whatever. So this one goes to us from George L. Diaz at Ready Set Fire 123. A Fallout game where instead of 50s aesthetic, it's a fucking early 2000s aesthetic. Pit-Boy A Pip-Boy is a U-Cube. The Vault Boy wears a jumpsuit with this design all over it. You remember those Solo cups that had like the blue, purple, and white?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just name a couple of things that are in this world, and then I feel like we're good to come.
Okay.
So instead of Death Claws, what is the big thing? Like, what did people in the 2000s fear? I am afraid of
the stock market.
I'm afraid of a giant the Black Parade from like that one band. It's just like they are the thing.
My Chemical Romance.
Just they instead of super mutants, it's just a bunch of My Chemical Romance clones.
Okay, yes, I love the idea that like
they took over the world.
Yes, like it's just like early goth aesthetic is like all the super mutant stuff instead of like this barbarian looking stuff.
And they all talk in like RAR XD speak.
Yes, hell yeah.
Okay, give me another one.
I think that like what I really like is like I want to keep the vaults, but I think that all of the vaults when you look in them, do you remember before Taco Bell remodeled all their shit?
Yeah, they were like this crazy, weird, artsy sort of brand.
That's what all the vaults would look like.
Oh my god!
All of it would be like white and purple and have that like horrible
they'd all
boomerang
look like Saved by the
paneling.
Bell.
Yes,
yeah.
Saved by the Bell. Those diners.
So wait, are you telling me each vault would be like different restaurants from the 90s?
Yes.
We are the Taco Bell tribe. This feels like some Demolition Man shit.
Yeah.
All right. What's another thing? Instead of vats, what do they have? I think you just slam.
Well, what would hold on.
Drink,
What is the thing that they referenced as the Pip-Boy?
A U-Cube. I'm trying to figure. I'm assuming that's like some sort of game system.
Yeah. Here's the problem
watch.
about referencing something from the early 2000. Like in the year 2000, I was 4.
Yeah. Really?
I would have been turning 4 that year because I was born in 96.
Oh, sorry. Your birth date gave me hiccups for some reason.
Weird.
Okay. How about this? How about you just put a GameCube on your arm?
I like the idea that it's a flip phone.
Oh, you have to flick your wrist? Like,
yeah. Like every time you pull out the menu, your guy takes out a flip phone and just Quata.
Did you see that they launched flip phones again and they are doing terribly?
Yeah, of course they're doing terribly.
So
they were a product of the time. We don't want them.
No, they took like the Razr phone and it looks like a flip phone, but the moment you flip it out, it turns into like a flat screen surface.
How much does that cost?
Like $500.
Well,
it's like a decent amount of money. But okay, I like that.
There it is.
You ready to go for a nugget?
Which one's our nugget?
I like the Waldo Oddlaw.
I like the Waldo one too, but I feel like we've done a character action RPG lately, haven't we?
We did. Well, actually, our last one. Actually, no, our last one
we just
wasn't
did like the Weed Whacker Pop Rock Party.
Yeah, which was a character action game. Okay, so you want to do like
I want to do
an asymmetric fighting,
5v2 werewolf-esque.
Okay.
Hunting game.
Do you think that we can apply some boss fights to that?
No, but I definitely think that we might be able to look into our Discord boss fights and see if we can't find a class.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay, okay.
See if they've got a decent kind of parasite.
Well, technically, a class is a boss to the other team.
Yeah, that's true.
So technically, it is a boss fight. So we're gonna go to our. We do this thing on Patreon, where if you are at our $2 tier, you're on our Discord. Where we just talk video games and are trying to organize a Civ night where we all play Civilization, and you can pitch some boss fights that we add to the end of every episode.
I've got one from Life is Suck on our Discord. A man that is not a miserable pile of secrets.
Oh, okay. So what are you thinking?
So I think that the one that is not a miserable pile of secrets would be a character that
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's characters that the hunters will have procs, right? It'll show up and be like, so-and-so is diligent. Like the jock is warming up. And then there's one that's just a guy and it's not notified at all. Like nothing comes up about him.
Okay. So, is this stuff that is this during character selection or is this during the game? Because the parasites don't know this information. So, the
parasites might need a little bit of footing to know what they need to be on the watch out for, what classes are hunting them.
So maybe they have mirrored classes, one person depending. You know what it is?
What?
So basically, depending on which person they parasite, whatever intelligence that person has is what they get all the thoughts and memories and knowledge of the characters that player has. So each character select for the parasite has different knowledge of different classes. So it'll force everybody on the parasite team to communicate like the knowledge that they know. Be like, oh, I know a little bit about that character class, this, and this. I know a little bit about them, but not enough about this other person. Do you know anything? So you could do like a conversation like that. I think I would emphasize teamwork.
That would emphasize teamwork, but does that emphasize it in like an in-game way, or like would that naturally come about when people are playing the game?
I think that would naturally come about during the game.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Do you got another possible one?
A man with confusing tattoos. So I'm wondering, the more a person eats, the more a parasite, let's use our other terms. It was the collector eats.
The collector
the
and the
more
hunter.
that you can tell that they are impersonating a human. So I'm thinking like maybe the more they eat, the more like tattoos they collect. And it can start out underneath like you know what it is?
What?
It starts out like on areas underneath your clothing, but depending on what classes, you'll be fully exposed. So like say you go to swimming practice, because that's that character's thing. If they have eaten too much before that class, they have a chance of being caught if one of the watchers walks in.
I like that idea. Okay.
So like it gives something, because I feel with games like this, it can get so imbalanced so quickly.
We need to make sure that the monsters have a tell. Yeah.
So like the watchers or the it's the collectors and the hunters.
Yes.
The hunters have some sort of it equals the playing field just a little bit.
Yeah, they need
you know?
some sort of tell.
Yeah, like maybe they go to the like different characters get tattoos in different places. So like if you choose one character, it starts on their leg. On another, it starts on their hand, or it starts on their chest.
Okay.
And depending on like, say when you go to for like gym, you have to wear shorts instead of pants. So maybe you are during your gym period, you're either skipping that period because you've eaten too much,
and you know that your tattoos are going to show. Yeah.
And then maybe the librarian hunter gets a notification that this person skipped class. But there are some
the only hunter that would get a notification about people skipping classes would be the hall monitor or the class rep.
Yes, but the thing is that even AI sometimes skip class.
Yes, absolutely.
So it can't just be an automatic like, oh, that's the person who we're hunting for now. It's like it tells you, hey, this person skipped class. Are you going to investigate it or not?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have one more boss for me?
Yes, and I don't know if this is a reference to anything, but Andrew David suggests Adam and Steve.
Adam and Steve?
I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if that's a reference to anything or not, but it made me think.
Okay.
What if there was a parasite type that was two people?
Like they split off?
Yeah, like they split off, because then it gives them the bonus of like any sort of interaction or like combat thing that they have. They would have the advantage, right?
What if it's a couple that are always holding hands?
Yeah, but the catch would be that then I don't like that they're always holding hands, because that's like a very obvious tell. But
that's kind of cool though, because you are easier.
But I think that it's more important that the hunters take note of the fact that, hey, these two people are in every single class together. We should check that out, maybe.
Okay, but how does controlling that character work? That's what I'm thinking.
You control it like you would control a single unit. When you select, like when you're in the toggle mode of like, hey, let's go to this class, they go to that class together.
Oh, so it's not necessarily like WASD movement. It's more like strategy, like you highlight the two characters, move them there.
Yeah, I think that this game controls a little bit more menu based, because again, you don't want your walking path to give the tell.
That gets confusing, because how do you get people away to kill them? Because I feel like you need to actually like use a directional pad, unless you click on like
maybe it controls like Sims.
Oh, so you like click the object you want them to go to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they can like go to the cleaning closet, get supplies to hunt people, or
exactly
take them to the cleaning closet or something. If you can select somebody, and then the dialogue option comes up. It's like, come with me. Hey, I have something to show you. That kind of thing, right?
It controls like Sims, but with the fog of war element that like a League of Legends or a MOBA has, where like you can't see anything that's not in the room that you are in would be blacked out.
Oh shit!
And
I like that.
This also provides the idea of like maybe there's a hunter class that does get access to security cameras, and then they would be able to look into rooms and be like, it's weird that Tommy from class 2B goes to the cleaning closet every single day.
Interesting.
And drinks bleach. For power.
No.
I realized how dark that got. Really,
kids do
really.
not drink bleach.
Aliens do.
Aliens-
Aliens drink bleach for power.
Yeah, aliens do love bleach. Fuck, that's a game. All right, let's name it and then we'll ship it.
I want to eat your pancreas.
I want to eat your pancreas. That's a good. I like the marketing on that.
That's a good name for a video game.
Oh, you know
like
what I'm gonna do for the art? It's just gonna be like a hand that has a pancreas but a chomp out of it.
And then the anime girl from the movie.
It's just like the anime girl, like just like in shadows behind or something like that. Fuck yeah! All right, dude, let's go to patch notes.
Let's go to patch notes. Hey everybody, welcome to Patch Notes. Wanted to say again, thank you so much for this last year. It's been an absolutely amazing ride, and it's been an absolute joy to know that all of you are out there giving us a listen. And Blake and I are so excited about this whole thing, and it means a lot to us.
I'm like super stoked to see what is held for this year, because we are kind of trying to go beyond the podcast too, of trying to do more video content and doing more art and doing more. We have this thing called BF4. It used to be called Sex, but that was a problematic name. But
we're changing it.
Yeah, so we're rebranding that, and once a month we are doing like little challenges. So we where it's AJ versus we verse each other, and the winner gets to shout out their selected fans.
Yeah,
and we just did one a little while ago where we were bobbing for apples, and there was lots of cussing, lots of water.
We almost waterboarded ourselves. I thought Blake was going to drown himself. And you can check that all out if you follow the link in the description for this episode.
Or you can check us out directly on YouTube / Spirituals Successor Podcast.
Oh, you managed to get that URL?
I'm pretty sure I did. I set up the YouTube quite a while ago. But
okay.
Just type in Spiritual Successor and you'll find us right on YouTube.
Spiritual Successor Podcast, and you'll find us.
Yes.
The intro and outro music we use is Cheap Shot by Anna Monoguchi, an excellent song from an excellent band for an excellent game. I've been your host, AJ Hart.
And I have been your other host, Blake Rhea. Now let's go play some fucking Darksiders Genesis.
Yeah, let's go play some video games. This has been Spiritual Successor, and these are cool games
that should not be made.